hanging out here at Finger Lakes Speed World. Take two with Paul Szmal. They were playing some some music out in center courts. We moved all the way. This is the old Sears building. For those of you under 30, they probably don't even know what Sears is. But back in the day, this was the store where you could get darn near anything you wanted. Is that about safe to say?
And this has been repurposed. Going on behind us, over here to this side, there's RC Demolition Derby. There's the Derby pit right there. And then back over against the other side wall is the RC drag racing, complete with the tree and full timing system, with foot timers and everything, just like you would see at a major drag strip. Pretty cool stuff.
It is. And they moved us because we were sitting right there, and they said some of the drag cars have got a little past the finish line. So.
Yeah, and I said to Doug, because he was saying, oh, that'd be a great shot. And I'm like, yeah, you're not the one with your back to the cars.
Yeah, that's right. I'll see it. Hey, Paul, look out. Boom. But we could have got some cool video that way.
Too late.
Yeah, too late. Well, maybe if one does still come by, we've got a golf cart protecting him there, so we will see it. So we will get it on camera. So how you been? How's everybody?
Busy, but doing well.
Okay.
Doing well.
So you like to be busier than me. I see you all the time. And there goes one right now. Just came through, so we would have gotten hit just now had that. All right, so bonus points to whoever moved us, because you would have just got it, and the guy would have wrecked his car. So why are you trying to work so much? If anything, I'm going to be 62 this year. I'm trying to work less.
Well, everybody wants to be able to get more for doing less. And I'm in that boat too. But for the record, when you see me posting on social media that, hey, I've got this weekend open or that weekend open or whatever, let's come to an understanding, because I'm sure some people are thinking, it's like, why is he always begging for work? Number one, I do this because I want to, because I love it, first and foremost. But number two is I do this to supplement my income. We're a one-income family, and for us to get good health insurance, this is the way it has to be. So I have my S corp. Most of what I do is funneled through that. It's become my sideline business, if you will, that I
So with
operate.
nothing coming into the S corp,
right?
Deductibles, all that stuff. So understandable.
But in order for us to have a comfortable lifestyle, shall we say, the work I do at the radio station, that pays the rent, that pays the utility, cell phone bills, so really not much left over after that.
No.
So I want to go out and do as much as I can to not only supplement our income, but I'm trying to raise my profile up. I'm going after bigger fish. I want to do bigger, major level stuff, and you can't do that without being seen and heard by as many people as possible.
Okay.
So that's kind of, that's kind of the mode behind it. Roddy Piper called the wrestling business a sickness, that once you're in it, you can't get out of it. You're always going to want to be involved. I kind of consider it, I've got the racing version of the sickness, where I constantly want to be doing stuff. I want to go do different things. I want to go to new places. I want to challenge myself. I don't want to be the show, because that's not what my job is.
No, announcers are never the show. We highlight the show.
I want to enhance the show. I want to enhance the experience. I want people to walk away saying, you know what, that was a damn good show. I can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
If that's what people are saying on the way out the door, then I feel like as an announcer or as a TV personality, I've done my job, and I've done it right.
Okay. And you've heard my thing on this a long time ago. If it was you and I in the tower at XYZ Speedway and no cars, nobody's going to come. But if there's cars and nobody in the tower, people will still come. You have to know your role, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're not the show. We're there to enhance the excitement and the entertainment value of the show. That's what we do.
Help point their eyes, set the table for them before each race.
Yeah. And especially from television, because you have such a smaller window of what you are actually actually seeing versus the whole.
What if we were sitting in the stands?
Yeah. We have to talk about what people are seeing on the screen, because if we're talking about something that they can't see, well, why am I watching this if we're talking about something I'm not seeing?
Yeah. Yeah.
That gets tricky when you're doing a race where you're not only on the live PA, but you're also on a live stream. Now, I've done that the past 3 years with Snowcross, And I actually posted in the Racing Announcer group on Facebook a question because I wanted to get other people's take on it. Was, well, okay, if you're doing live stream and you're doing live event at the same time, which audience are you talking to?
Right.
And that's a tough one to balance sometimes.
Well, when you're at the racetrack, because I did that my second year, we had a TV show. I had a mic for the TV show that was always on, and I had one for the crowd. What I would do is I would talk to the TV audience when the cars were on the front stretch and nobody could hear me.
Right.
And then I'd wait till they got to 2, and then I announced for the crowd.
Yeah.
But that's not easy to do, let's be honest, especially
No.
once they get strung out.
Well, I'm just thinking about trying to do that, and it's giving me a headache sitting here. You got any aspirin?
Well, yeah, I had Eric Kingsley. Here comes the drag car. We'll see if it stops in time. It did. It didn't hit us. He was in one ear, and then the show producers were in the other, and there was a little monitor underneath with what they were seeing.
Right.
So during the replays, I'd call the replay, and like I was calling it for the crowd while watching to try to call it that way first. But it was, it made me better real fast. You could see how that could happen, right? I mean, you're only in your second year doing this, and you got that challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So it was fun. You know, I'd leave afterwards and talk about 100% concentration, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But there's a big difference between the different styles. And I would imagine, especially for something like snowcross, where they're coming by and the crowd can hear you the whole time, that had to be even more difficult.
You know,
No? Not as much?
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
mean, you know, the beauty of doing snowcross was that the producers did not get in your ear very often.
Oh, okay.
So it was basically just, okay, if we're going to change shots and we're going to pick up this battle for third and fourth, I get a blip in my ear, battle for third and fourth, and I'd see what was on the screen, and
Gotcha.
okay, this is what we're going with now.
Okay.
And then we'd go that and back to the leader. Okay, we're back to the back to the leader. Simple but effective direction.
Of course, that's post-produced, right? That's not aired as it's shot, correct?
The way snowcross is done is the actual racing that you are seeing is pretty much live as it happened. But the ins and the outs.
Those are added later.
Yeah, or
Gotcha.
like the opening against the background and
The
stuff.
pit reporter talking
Yeah.
about something that
All
happened,
of
that's added later.
All of that
Gotcha.
stuff is done after the race is over, and then the production team assembles all that and turns it into a television show.
Gotcha. It's pretty much like what we used to do when we did a lot of the stuff, like those speed sport shows.
Yeah.
Those pit shots were all shot at various times, added later. Even our play-by-play was added later in that case because they edit the shots later to look at how that was going. So that's a big difference, guys, between live and post-produced. And one of the things, we only got about 2 minutes left, that I used to do, like for the early live shows that we were doing, where I knew they weren't going to be editing. Let's say that the common thing is they get stuck on the leader for a while, right? Because most of the time, people shooting don't really know that kind of stuff. There's our leader in turn 3. The battle I'm watching is over in turn 2 for 4th place. I'm almost bringing them there. The white 81 is Bob Johnson, the green car, and then about a couple seconds, they caught it, and now you can call that. You have to do that sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. But that's where if you're dealing with just like maybe a single camera operator, or you're,
I think we had 3 maybe.
yeah, or you're dealing with a director that knows that you're going to do that sort of thing, you can kind of anticipate each other. They can find something for you to talk about. You can find something for them to shoot.
Right.
And sometimes, you get that kind of almost collective brain thing going where everybody's on the same wavelength. And that's,
And I would tell them that too.
Yeah.
If I see something, follow me, and then they do the same thing to me, and I'd be like, oh shoot, I missed that. Second place caught the leader.
And by the way, I got to slip a cheap self-promotional plug in here if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I am going back to AMSOIL Championship Snowcross for the Grand Rapids rounds. They are coming up, not the weekend that we're shooting this, but the following weekend, and that will be on CBS Sports Network probably a week or 2 afterwards. 2 rounds, Friday portion, Saturday portion.
When's this again?
It's the weekend of the 24th, 25th of March.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so coming up soon, guys. So look for that. I got to cut this one short. We're going to do a second one here. So look for that when we're going to analyze announcing styles and talk about some things like that. Kid, good to see you as always.
Good to see everybody. Thank you.
Hit the blue E, subscribe, all that cool stuff.